Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning October 26th through November 1st, 2020. And if you're a new subscriber, this is something I do every Sunday so that we can reset our focus and reset our energy for the coming week ahead. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do my regular on-camera videos. Okay, so for this week, we have 3 cards instead of usually we only have 1. This is a really great reading, you guys. So the cards are, the first one is anxiety, the second one is strategy, and the third one is rest and rejuvenation. So these are really meant to be taken in their order in terms of understanding. So let's start with the first card, anxiety. This is a week of high anxiety, and it kind of makes sense when you realize that a week from now we have our election here in the US, which I've been told by people around the world kind of is affecting everyone. So it makes sense that this would be a week of high anxiety. The second card is strategy, and this is the key card, which is why it's in the middle, because this is about a different way of dealing with the experience of anxiety and stress. And the third card, of course, is rest and rejuvenation. So let's put all of these together. I'm not going to talk about the numbers at the top because I don't really think they have real significance. If they do for you, though, by all means, go ahead and interpret those numbers in your own personal way. Okay, so let's look at the first card. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but the woman in the picture is obviously experiencing a lot of anxiety and stress. However, she is pictured inside of her home where she's actually safe. She looks like, you know, she's cared for, she's covered, she's secure, she's in a comfortable situation. And the storm that's happening that's causing her the anxiety is outside of her space. So in a way, it's kind of like most of what's causing these feelings of anxiety is coming from the larger world. It's coming from the collective. It may not necessarily be directly related to your personal life, yet you might still be feeling that anxiety nonetheless because it's so powerfully strong in the collective. Now, normally what we do when we feel anxiety is we look for immediate relief. We might say, well, you know, I just have to do something right now. A lot of times we look for a way to escape. We look for just a way to get instant relief from the pain because anxiety is a painful experience, right? So we might look for some form of entertainment or something to distract ourselves or anything to just give us some relief from feeling that experience. But what this reading is showing us is that a much better approach is to look at feelings of stress and anxiety from a place of having a strategy. Because as a cosmic being, as a higher cosmic creator on this planet Earth, we are capable of so much more than just saying, oh, I got to get away from this pain. I just got to find an escape. We're capable of a much higher level of intelligence. So we can look at our experience when we have experiences of anxiety and stress and say, okay, what is my strategy for this? Because, you know, this planet's going through a lot. Human beings are going through a tremendous change and trauma right now. So it's not like this is a superficial level of anxiety. So we want to approach this as the cosmic beings that we are, as the higher intelligence that we really are, and say, okay, we need to have an ongoing strategy, a higher awareness and understanding of what is causing the anxiety and how we're going to deal with it on a regular, ongoing basis. So then we come to the card Rest and Rejuvenation. Now, this is a wonderful image of the man in this picture because you can see that he is very intentional. He is actually approaching this because you have to understand this card is to be combined with the other two, right? So he is not looking for some escape, some way to go unconscious about feelings of anxiety. He's actually looking at this, or let's say choosing a remedy or a way to address it by going to a much higher level of consciousness. The image looks like he's actually clearing his energy of that lower vibrational stress and anxiety. And you can see the light coming from above. He is connecting with his higher self. He is connecting with the higher realms. He's connecting with a much higher level of consciousness. He looks very centered. Overall, he looks extremely intentional. So this is really a beautiful sequence. If you start with the first card, which is the woman who's under tremendous stress and anxiety, transitioning through having a strategy for that stress and anxiety at a higher cosmic level, at a higher level of intelligence, it will transition you into what you see in the third card, where this man is very centered, very intentional, very at peace, very balanced, very empowered. I mean, look at the change, look at the transformation of the human being in the first card and the human being in the third card. And what's in the middle is strategy. So what that shows is that the strategy is what makes the difference. Now, strategy in the sense of this reading is really about mindset. It's not necessarily about having a plan, although having a plan is fine. But I think for this reading, it's really about mindset. What is your overall mindset around those experiences of collective and individual anxiety and stress? How do you hold those experiences in your consciousness? Are you just feeling reactive to those experiences? Are you allowing those experiences to get you down? Or are you having the kind of mindset that says, okay, I have an overall mindset of a strategy. I am a strategic cosmic being. And this is especially applicable if you consider yourself to be a starseed, a light worker, a way shower, someone undergoing a spiritual awakening, anyone who's interested in ascending to a higher level of consciousness. Higher consciousness says, I am aware of what's happening. I understand why it's happening. Yes, I'm experiencing anxiety. Yes, I'm experiencing stress, but I have an expanded level of consciousness and awareness that I can hold that in my higher self, in my more expanded consciousness, and understand what to do about it. So although you may be utilizing various physical strategies to deal with anxiety. For example, you might be meditating, you might go out into nature, you might be doing various things. Having a strategic mindset to deal with all of the stress on this planet means that you consider your ability to deal with stress and anxiety as a part of your lifestyle, as a part of your everyday life. So if I can put this into the simplest way I can think of to understand it is, one thing, let me just mention one thing too, because on Saturday, October 31st, we also have a full moon, which is a blue moon. A blue moon means 2 full moons in the same month. I'm not going to say a lot about the moon itself, but just in general, full moons are about release, they're about letting go. So let's just look at the energy of this upcoming full moon as an opportunity to let go of our old ways of dealing with stress, to release our old mindset around stress and anxiety, to let go of our old, perhaps, ways of reacting to stress in unhealthy ways by trying to escape or go unconscious, letting go of all of that so that we can move to that higher, more expanded level of intelligence and consciousness where we approach the stress and anxiety on this planet as strategic cosmic creators. Don't you just feel more peaceful when you look at it that way? I know I do. Just thinking about that, I feel so much more centered and balanced and empowered to think of it, to think of yourself as a strategic cosmic creator. So you're always looking at it as from a place of your higher intelligence. Now, the center of the card strategy has a pen and a journal. So I don't really know that it means writing in a journal necessarily. I think it more for this reading indicates you get to write your own story. You are the creator. So when you think of writing your own story in the sense of being a creator, as being symbolic of you as the creator, that's where you're coming from with that strategic mindset. So you really are extremely empowered as a cosmic creator. And you can see in the third card, this man, he looks like a cosmic creator, does he not? He looks like he really gets it. He really understands that he is beyond the stress. He is beyond the anxiety. He is the cosmic creator, cosmic human creator, who is using a strategic mindset to know exactly how to stay in balance, stay centered, stay in harmony, and put those feelings of anxiety and stress in perspective, understanding that it's about clearing out any old energy, any old thoughts, any old beliefs, bringing yourself into balance, raising your vibration, etc., etc. And I think if you just look at this last card, the card itself reflects the message probably better than any of the words that I might say. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this week. Feel free to just look at these cards yourself and see if you derive any further personal meanings in your own life. But I think overall this is a very powerful, very centering, very beautiful reading. And I put the big quartz crystal behind the center of these cards, behind strategy, because quartz crystals amplify, right? So we want to amplify our higher self. We want to amplify that strategic mindset as a cosmic human creator. So I think that's it. And the two candles represent light. They represent enlightenment. So the entire spectrum of this situation is one where we want to be awake, enlightened, empowered, and clear, and completely self-aware at the highest possible, most beautiful level. Okay, you guys, so I'm wishing each and every one of you a magnificent week ahead, a week of peace and serenity, and just beautiful experiences of expanded consciousness and empowerment. And I will see you all in the next video. Namaste, everyone.